still there? I want to say something bad. He still me. I but
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
He
Don't
waited
ever
to
care about
you
no
down.
Tigers. Yeah, because he would have said something. But, all right, man. Y'all see how much fun we have here, but we got to talk about a couple more bucks. Y'all ain't been dropping no super chat, so we ain't really been seeing no bucks. I'm trying to see a super
I know I
chat.
ain't
You
seen
know
a
what I'm
buck in a while.
saying? There's a
No
lot of
bull.
people acting like they ain't got no more bucks to give. You know what I'm saying? Because some people
You
saying
know
what the
what? You
hell.
know what? Yesterday was the first of the month. People still taking care of rent and everything. So I get it.
Wait though.
I'm gonna let y'all have that, Dave. Shout out
Mhm.
to Dave being the people champ. Y'all can still drop 50 cents though. But shout out to Dave, the people champ. Or become a member, then you ain't gotta worry about it. You know, just keep it recycled. Keep the dollars recycled in your
Yeah.
community. You understand? Don't let me get to preaching. But let's talk about Tyrese Halliburton and how he eliminated Giannis, Dame, and Doc. Doc didn't even have a chance to win 3 games, y'all. He just got one. So now he
Mm.
can't even his whole little spill. He has to reverse it. Well, at least we got 1 game. But fellas, out of all the series that we picked,
Mm-hmm.
we all had some things to say about series. I mean, I thought this was gonna go 7, so technically I was off, but my team was right. I believed in Ty. It's Ty, man. You my guy. You know I got you helped me win this one series, man. You know the Pacers won it in 5, and you had all the sayings. I know you probably in the comments if you watching right now, or unless you watching the fight, you gonna have something to say about Halliburton and them and how they won it in 5. But this team, man, they're dangerous. And they found another team that was weak and they was limping at the time and they made some things shake. It took an overtime for them to actually close it out, which was a little scary as well. Cause I was like, I need y'all to make some shake, fellas. Like, hurry up. I mean, I do want it to be over in 7, but if y'all give Damon them a little momentum, I mean, Giannis and them some momentum, it's gonna get ugly. And the fact that y'all back there cracking up, I know something crazy is up on this in the comments, but I ain't about to say too much. But from them coming in and losing in the playoffs last year and bouncing back and saying, you know what, we're gonna show y'all that we are a team to compete with. The Pacers did their thing. The offense was there. You already know we can talk about the Bucks. So many things you can say about the Bucks right now. I think the Bucks and the Lakers are right now 2 teams that's gonna have a long off season and a lot to talk about. But as far as the Pacers, they got a lot to talk about with this next matchup because I think they play the Celtics, right? Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
No,
mm,
the
mm,
Knicks
mm.
play the Celtics. The
Knicks
Pacers
play the
play
Celtics. Yeah, the Knicks
Cavs.
is
Cavs.
the ones. Yeah, the Knicks the ones that's about to get swept. Okay, so yeah, about the yeah they done. They done. I'm sorry, and I'll eat my words if the Knicks win a game. I think they're not gonna win a game, but Pacers. I want to say hats off to y'all and just how y'all performed throughout this actual series. There was so much that we could talk about, like I said, but I want to talk about one player, and they say he's the most overrated player in the NBA. And some people would say it will come off as some hate, but this guy just shows up every time his name is called or his number is called, and he makes the right play or he's gonna make the play. Even though he didn't play in the Olympic Games, that's where everybody getting their jokes from. But he came to the Pacers from the Kings, and he gave this franchise a breath of fresh air. And Joe, I know. You said it last show. You admitted to it, so it is what it is. But shout out to Tyrese Halliburton for leading this team, and now you got to go and prove it again. Because if they could beat the Cavs, I really think that topic that we had about who's the most dangerous or scariest team, I'm gonna change it when we get to that point. But I said the Pacers are dangerous because they can score in every aspect of the game and they can also play defense. And now they're going up against a team that kind of almost mirrors them a little bit. I'm gonna say Mitchell is the better player over Halliburton for right now. But as far as rosters, they looking a little even to me. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong on that one. But shout out to the Pacers. And like we said, I don't have too much to say about the Bucks because they kind of put themselves in the situation by hiring Doc. You was winning in the beginning of the season, and you fire the coach that was winning to bring Doc in for what reason? And RBO said it. You want Doc, and we said don't sign back because Doc can't win. He had a nice jingle. Go check out RBO because it was nice. But go ahead, Dave.
First of all, this is why we were laughing, Tomo, because you made a comment about super chats and they delivered.
Hey,
so
shout out to y'all, man.
so shout out to JMO, aka 6 Millie. Shout out to the R2L family. Hashtag Tomo, I don't give a buck.
And he gave you
$1.99 super chat. And then right after that, we had Blaze. Shout out to
Hey,
Dino
man.
Blaze. $1.99 super chat. What was said?
Hey, man, shout out to the my R2L family, man. Y'all boys came through.
No, they definitely did. It was right on time too. And it's funny because Blaze said as soon as he logged in, that's what he heard. As soon as he logged in, you said that.
Well,
And
hey,
shout out to
man, they don't-
Kevo for giving Ty his jersey.
that's exactly why they won, though, Kev. You closed the series out.
Hey, but Joe, I'm gonna need you to go real quick. I gotta do something real quick.
I got you. And Blaze, I'm sorry, bro. We try to do something different, but we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna start the presses when the super chat comes in. All right, because we appreciate all the super chats, but the Pacers, man, I want to get Ty some love real quick. The Pacers. I mean, like you said, I feel like we talked about every time we talked about this series, we brought up the Bucks, right? We talked about the Bucks this, the Bucks that, but I want to talk about the Pacers for a second. Rick Carlisle, he got this team ran like an oil machine. When you watch the Pacers play, it's a coach's dream. Like the Pacers isn't it a perfect example of how a coach want their team to play. I'm talking about everybody's giving 100%. Everybody's moving without the ball. Everybody's unselfish, making the extra pass. They're playing full court man defense. They're guarding guys man to man. They're communicating. They got a facilitator of Tyrese Halliburton who can score when need be, but also takes care of the ball while having great assists. He don't turn the ball over a lot. His assist-to-turnover ratio is crazy. He was so clutch this game in Game 5. We talk about at home, right? It's all out the cat for climbing out there. All right. But at home, you're up, then you're down. Then we get into overtime. Gary Trent Jr. went crazy. He had 12 points in overtime. We talk about 4 threes. I believe 3 at the 3. Tomo, his threes were clutch. And I thought it was over. But Tyrese Halliburton kept pressing. He had 8 points in overtime, 6 in the fourth quarter, right? Which is 14 in overtime in the fourth quarter, which is really good. But Gary Trent Jr., he fumbled that game. He had 2 turnovers. He had a one jump when he basically two ones he dropped. He had 2 passes that he fumbled and it went out of bounds. Tyrese Halliburton called Giannis up and wanted him off the pick. 1-on-1, their best player, former defensive player of the year, scored on him game winner in his careers. So I give him his props. And the only thing I want to talk about with the Bucks is Doc Rivers. Tomo, watching this series, they got our coach. For real. The little things the Bucks weren't doing. The one game they won, Gary Trent Jr. almost had 40, Tomo. That's the only game they won. That's an anomaly. You can't bank on 40 points for Gary Trent Jr. But the Bucks, when I watch them off ball, they're terrible. Like, it's not like the Pacers are really good offensively. But a lot of it is the Bucks' effort on defense, the lack of communication. The lack of preparation for this team was bad. Like you saw it. You saw the Bucks. They were not prepared for this Pacers team. They just weren't. So the Pacers, they do nothing differently from the regular season. It's just that they're just a bad matchup because how they're coached. And Doc Rivers, if he's there next year, man, the Bucks don't. Giannis leave. Get out of there. It's Milwaukee. It's not like you in LA, New York. It's not like you like somewhere where it's like very popular. No disrespect to anybody from Milwaukee. I live in Rhode Island. I live in the smallest state in the world. If Rhode Island had a team and they were playing the Bucks, I would have told you left 5 years ago. But Milwaukee, bro, the only thing they got over there is a daggone amusement park. I forgot what it's called. It's named after a city over there. The only thing they really got over there. I'm being honest. So get out of Milwaukee and go somewhere, Giannis, where you will be coached well because he needs a closer. Tomo, the last thing I'm going to say. I said this on the doghouse. All right? You would have been on the team. Hey, bro, stop. But I don't know if that's a shout out to me or disrespect to me. That's a shout out to me because I'm definitely NBA worthy. But anyways, yeah, Tomo, real quick, all right? Let's think about all the big men who won a championship since you've been born. Akeem Olajuwon, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Kareem. I'm just playing. You want to go on Kareem one? KG, right? And even Giannis. All of them were either closers or had a closer.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis needs that, and Dame not gonna be the same, but he had an Achilles injury. You know how that is after you come back from that. So Giannis need to go somewhere when he has other scorers around him that can close out a deal as he gets his 35 points during the game. So Pacers, they definitely earned that W. They were the better team. And like I said, when I made my picks out of game one, out of all the games, they had 4 teams that lost game one. This was the series I was like, dog, I'm worried, bro. I made the wrong choice. So yeah.
I just want to say one thing about the Bucks before you go, Dave. It's funny that Kyle Kuzma leaves a team where they play bad basketball to now go to a team where Giannis probably is end up going to leave, and this team is going to play bad basketball. Like that's, man, I feel bad for you, Kyle. Go ahead, Dave.
It's gonna be interesting how the offseason is gonna work for Giannis. That's one thing I'm looking forward to, because I want to see exactly what's gonna happen. Now, I saw something that I don't believe. Let me say this first. I don't believe this, but I saw something that said that sources close to the situation believe that the Miami Heat are going to be at the very top of his selection. And I said, all right, now, Joe, what I say? What I said the other day, I said the Miami Heat gonna be in the conversation for any star player that you hear.
Stop the cap.
It's especially gonna be for Giannis, because you know who Giannis who Giannis' agent is, right?
Who?
Well, I don't know his name, but his agent is the same agent that Bam Adebayo has. They have the same exact agent. So I'm like, okay, and they had the same agent when he got his contract. He didn't come to Miami then. What makes you think he's going to come to Miami now? I mean, and if you look at what just happened in Miami, is that really where he wants to go? Like, I don't know. Now, Giannis had a phenomenal series. He averaged 33 points per game in this series. He played great. But outside of him, what else did they really have? Bobby Portis came in and played a great game. But that was pretty much it. They had the game in their hands in game 5. But they lost it in overtime. And then you look at what Tyrese Halliburton did at the end. He called for the pick. He was like, yeah, come on. Send him over. I want Giannis on me. Got Giannis on him, crossed him, and then hit the layup on him. He hit the game-winning bucket on a guy who's considered one of the best defenders in the league. People forget about that when it comes to Giannis. He's not just a great scorer. He's also considered a great defender. And he put him on skates and took him to the paint. Tyrese Halliburton is probably the best playmaker in the NBA. If you look at what he's able to do without turning the ball over, he had a total of 120, I think it's 123 turnovers the entire season. The man just knows how to take care of the ball. He knows how to get everyone else involved, man. And Tyrese Halliburton doesn't get. Shout out to my guy Dino Blaze again for another 199 super chat. Daily double. Our tour, hands down, best sports network. We appreciate you, Blaze. And once midnight hits, that's when you and Baby can, cease fire for a day. But until then, by all means, do what you do.
Was the purge?
No, they kind of agreed to, have ceasefire for a day. And I was like, well, it's too late. Y'all kind of already went at it earlier today. So just until midnight, I mean, you pretty much, all hands on deck. But, Joe, I gotta give it to you. We had a topic where we talked about the scariest teams in the Eastern Conference, and you picked the Pacers. I picked the Pistons. Now, the Pistons were inexperienced, and we saw that in that series.
That's why I said.
And that's why you said that. You're absolutely right. And the thing is, you picked the Pacers, and who did they end up playing against? Doc Rivers and the Bucks.
Yeah, I picked the Bucks.
The guy, me and you, we both of us picked the Bucks. But we know
That is a little backwards.
I know, Tomo. It
No,
don't make sense.
y'all both said it was because of Giannis, though.
It was, but we still remember he had Giannis last year. Because was it no? Actually, Giannis was hurt last year. Giannis was hurt last year, and it was just Dame.
Yeah.
And now you only had Giannis for real. And even though Dame came back, Dame got hurt. So again, Dame, please get well soon. You came back and you had blood clots that you had to deal with at first, and now you got torn Achilles. So whatever you got to do to get better, please make sure you get better. But I mean, Doc Rivers just has not had other than the Celtics, he has not had a finals run with another team in any franchise he's coached. Hasn't sniffed the finals since he left the Celtics. So I just look, y'all. Doc Rivers in the playoffs. This is his career. Won a championship in 2008. He has 3 blown 3-1 leads, 5 blown 3-2 leads, 2 blown 7-point leads in the final minute, 17-33 record in closeout games, 15-20 record in elimination games, 6-10 record in game 7, 10 first round exits.
Come on now, dog.
And Joe, in spite of that, we picked the Bucks to win this series. Look, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Giannis is looking for an environment to where he can win. And honestly, right now, I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, there are some teams that does make some sense. You're going to hear OKC. Now, the reason why you hear OKC is because the OKC has 3 first-round picks for this season alone, and they still got SGA, they got Chet, they got pieces to add to that with the first round picks. And you think that, remember what the Timberwolves traded to get Rudy Gobert? You don't think that the Bucks are going to ask for that for Giannis? I believe they will. So you got OKC. Think about the Spurs. The Spurs got some talent around them that they can give up to go and get Giannis. And the Rockets. The Rockets still got a young team, and they don't know what they're going to do with some of their star players. I mean, I know Jalen Green played well in the last game, but he's only played well in 2 playoff games so far this season. Other than that, it's been single-digit games for Jalen Green. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But the Pacers have shown that, hey, look, y'all said that we had a Mickey Mouse run last year. Giannis was here this time. So what's the excuse? Exactly. Dame wasn't there. I mean, we all knew Dame was hurt before the series started, so we can't say that. And honestly, did they really look this good when Dame was available? They didn't. They have not looked. We all know that they were a bad defensive team, whether Dame was there or not, and that showed in this series. And the Pacers was just like, you know what, it don't matter. And I said this in the doghouse earlier today. Shout out to Tim Hardaway Sr. because he's the one that made Tyrese Haliburton turn up. He talked trash about him, said that he was overrated, that he really don't think he all that. He wish he could play him because he would bust him on the court. So
that's true. And
the crazy thing is, people don't say this as much. It was the players that voted him as the most overrated player in the league. It wasn't just coaching. It was the players. So the most overrated player in the league got one of the best players in the league out in 5 games in the first round.
Overrate this.
So shout out to Tyrese Haliburton and the Pacers. And shout out to Miles Turner. A lot of people not talking about Miles Turner either. Miles Turner had back-to-back 20-point games in game 4 and 5. So shout out to Miles Turner too.
Another player that y'all not talking about is a major player and key contributor to the R2L network and the R2L chats. And he backstage. Let's bring up we merging shows. I was saying, bring up my other co-host, my co-host from In the Red Corner. What's up, Tom?
Yes, sir. Hello.
What up, man? What up? I heard y'all talking about the pizza. I had to get on.
Oh, I was about to say,
I had to get on.
the ID.
So, yeah. Continue.
The man Dilly about to take a passport photo right now.
Well, I mean, so you been calling it Pacers in 5, or I think you said sweep. I think you said 5.
He
Correct me
said
if I'm
Pacers
wrong.
in 6.
You on your way to Cleveland?
That's 6.
That's right. Yeah, he said Pacers in 6.
Us. Us. Okay, us. Okay, since JMO say we sweet, better beat your feet. Ski. Pacers in 7.
Come on, man. You trying to get us canceled? Come on, Ty.
That's my dog.
Oh my God.
That's my dog.
Oh my God.
Wasn't expecting that.
He says this is gonna be a sweep. Ooh.
But Ty, like,
Oh,
how you feeling right now? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're not
I'm
surprised,
feeling
but
great. I already knew it was gonna happen. I already knew we could beat the Bucks easily. I ain't worried about that at all. Some people kept saying we're gonna lose, like on Unfazed, here, saying we're gonna lose. I'm saying they proved them wrong. I took notes. I have stuff written down. I took notes. Like some people still saying we sweet, but I'm taking notes. Just know.
somebody did say that.
Yeah, I told them I'm taking notes, man. So I want
So-
everybody on that side stay on that side. That's all.
I just know no one on
Stay on
here
that
called
side.
it. I know no one on here called
We
it.
still got 12 more games to go though. So one more to go.
I do want to ask you this though: how you really feeling about the Cavs?
The Cavs, they're a good team. That's gonna be. That's why I said 7 games. It's gonna be a great matchup, but we're gonna win though, because we're gonna tire them out. We're gonna press them. We're gonna press them to death. We're gonna tire them out. They got great defense, but I think our offense is strong enough to beat them offensively, and I think we're defensively we're strong enough to beat almost any team.
And a lot of people not saying this. The the Pacers are the only team to beat them 3 times this year. Pacers are the only team to beat the Cavaliers 3 times this year. I think they won that series 3-1. So they're the only team that beat them 3 times this year.
Man, it's gonna be a good
Call
matchup.
out.
This is one of the best matchups in the second round.
I didn't even know that. So you know what I'm saying? Pacers in 6. Forget that. Pacers in 6.
He said, I'm gonna take a game off. Pacers. Okay.
Yeah, but what's your overall feedback from the game though? I mean, for the series.
The last series or new series?
Last series.
The last series.
The last series, only thing they really had was what's that dude? The other dude that on the start. What's his name? Trent. That's the only dude they really had.
Trent
We
Green.
already know. We already know John's going to do
Green.
what John's do because we can't stop John. We already know that we can't stop him. So we just let him do what he want to do. All we had to do is stop everybody else. But then Trent go out there shooting 8 threes in a row. So that was killing us in that one game we lost. But then I knew he wasn't doing that again, so I wasn't worried about that because he did it one time. He ain't getting no 40 points again. He got 33 last game, I think, or something like that. But yeah. And then that overtime, I was scared. Overtime, I was scared when we were down 118 to 111. I was like, oh, my 40 seconds. I was like, oh, game over. And then I was like, if we lose this game, I don't know. I was scared. Like, I don't know if we lose this game. I don't know. Yeah, because we gotta go back. We gotta go back to Milwaukee. And they gonna be on the high. I'm like, God, I don't know. So then when we came back and won, I was happy. I ain't worried about it.
The one thing I would have told you, if y'all would have lost that game, even though you would have said, I don't know, a little voice would have popped up and said, they got done. He gonna find a way. He gonna find a way to mess this up. He gonna find a way. Like call a timeout when he ain't got no more. Now y'all gotta shoot a tech, win the game by 1. He was just gonna find a way to mess this series up.
Come in with a hoodie on with a wristband in his ear. But look,
but then also, what you call it? Haven't had a real bad game yet. Holliburton ain't had a bad game yet, so he's due for a bad game.
Yeah,
I was thinking if we lost that game, next game or game after that, he's probably gonna have a bad game because he's due for one.